So I'll call you Natalie. Is there something else you'd like?
That's okay.
All right. You can call me once again. You can call me Andrew. Don't like to keep things formal. Before we kind of get started, just want to let you know. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a single mother. I have a beautiful baby girl named Ashley.
Yes.
I absolutely love her. 3 years old, so she'll be going to preschool soon, so that's exciting. I enjoy reading books when I have free time, and recently I've just been laid off, so yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, before we kind of get started into the session, just want to clarify kind of how things are going to go. We're going to be talking here for about 12 minutes or so, and then we are going to be having a quick thinking break, just so I can formulate kind of what we've talked about, and we can start making some goals for the future. And so that's kind of how things are going to go. Anything you say in here, with the exception of something harmful to yourself or possibly someone else, anything besides that is going to be completely confidential and is only this room. So can you tell me what brought you in here today, Natalie?
Well, like I just mentioned, I recently lost my job, and so I'm just in a state of I don't know where to do because I'm the only source of income in my household. It's just me and my daughter, and I'm worried because she has to eat. Like, I have to eat, but mostly like my daughter. I'm just concerned about how I'm going to pay the rent next month. Like, I have savings, but that's only going to last me about 2 months. But what do I do after that? Like, you know, my child needs clothes, food, water. I'm at a loss.
So for what I'm hearing you say, you have just recently lost your job and you're unsure of how you're going to be able to provide for your daughter with the limited funds that you have.
Yes.
Where did you work before?
I worked at Costco. I did marketing for them.
Marketing for Costco.
Yeah, and they just had a bunch of cuts, and they decided that they didn't need me or my position anymore.
I see. Okay, and your daughter, you mentioned that it seems from what I'm hearing, understanding, it seems that she's the main concern for you.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be able to feed her. I don't want to get in a situation where she would be taken away from me because I can't provide for her.
Okay, so you're having fear about your daughter being taken away?
Yes, I'm scared that because I lost my job, like, it'll just be all these events and it'll lead to my daughter being taken away from me.
Okay. And so you mentioned that you have 2 months right now worth of money.
Yes.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what have you been doing thus far to kind of help your situation?
Well, for the first couple of days, I was just so shocked and overwhelmed. I just stayed home with my daughter and just enjoyed time with her, not having to pay for a sitter or take her to daycare because I was able to be with her. And she really enjoyed that time that we got to spend together. But now I'm starting to panic because bills are coming in, and I'm just like, I made all my calculations, and now I knew how much money I had, but now I'm just like, I need to find another job. You know, 2 months are going to go by fast, and then what do I do after that if I don't have a job?
Right, so not having a job is what's concerning you and causing you some stress, if that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm sorry, you may have mentioned it, but how long ago did you get laid off?
It was just past, like, almost 2 weeks ago. So it's been like the first couple days, and then it's made me worrying for about a week to the point where I finally came to you.
I see. So what it seems that you're saying is that you want to find a job.
Yeah, that's priority number one.
That is your priority, to find a job, so that way you can have that income so your daughter doesn't get taken away.
Yes, definitely.
That's what you're seeing as the main concern here. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10,
okay.
1 being you are absolutely okay, you're calm, you're okay with the situation, 10 being you're freaking out, completely out of your mind, freaking out about your situation, where would you kind of put yourself?
I would definitely put myself at a 10.
At a 10, okay.
Just because it's not about me anymore, it's about my daughter. If it was just about me, I feel like it'd be different, but I'm responsible for another small human being.
Right.
That's what makes me so stressed and so worried.
Your daughter Ashley.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you say she's 3?
Yes.
I can tell that you really love your daughter.
I absolutely love her. She's honestly the best thing that could have ever happened to me.
Is she in daycare at the moment, or?
Yeah. Well, since I got laid off, I took her out of daycare since I've been at home, but she still has a spot there, and I've been able to pay for the month, so she's still there.
Okay. And how has this been affecting her?
Well, I guess the change in her routine was definitely, at first she thought it was really fun, and now maybe because I've had her at home too long, it's just been a little different. Now she's losing the routine that she had of waking up at a certain time and going to bed at a certain time, so we just kind of go to bed whenever and wake up whenever, and I feel like if I ever, or when I do ever get a job again, it'll be hard to bring her back into this whole rhythm of going to bed early, waking up
Right.
early.
Have you noticed anything in her moods out of the ordinary?
Um, she'll get a little bit more. I don't want to say the word spoiled, but since I'm at home more recently, she'll get upset if I'm not constantly with her. Like if I leave the room, she'll follow me to the next room, and she never was that clingy before. Like it could be okay if she was in a room by herself.
Right. Right. Okay. So it seems that this situation, having more home, has caused her to be out of a routine, but also be a little bit more spoiled in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you a little bit of a strange question,
Okay.
and so bear with me. I'm gonna have to use your imagination a little bit.
Okay.
So let's assume that when you leave this office, you go back home tonight, and you go to sleep, and while you were asleep, these feelings of anxiety, these feelings of being at a 10 in your stress level are gone.
Okay.
But you don't know that it's happened because it was a miracle in the middle of the night. And so
Okay.
you're sleeping, so you don't know that this has
Uh-huh.
happened. When you wake up in the morning,
Mhm.
what about your life would you notice is different to make you know that, oh, a miracle has
Mhm.
happened? What would you see?
What I see, well, I'd be waking up early in the morning again.
Waking up early again.
Waking up my daughter early in the morning, getting her ready for school. We wouldn't be having the same thing for breakfast. I'd probably actually get up and cook her something exciting and not just make oatmeal. Maybe I'd make her some eggs or something fun. And then we'd drive her to daycare. I'd go about my day, come back, pick her up, and maybe we'd go to the park afterwards just so she could get some sunshine and be a nice day.
So it seems, from what I'm hearing, that things would be just a little bit more structured.
Yeah,
For you?
definitely.
Okay. And how would Ashley respond to this? To you being this way?
I think she would enjoy it more once we have the routine, and if it's not so, I don't know what's the word for this, but it's just been kind of one way, but not routine way since we've been together at home,
Okay.
and things have been changing, like things in our diet or grocery list, because I just don't have the money to buy things anymore. So I know she's getting tired of the oatmeal, and she'd really love to have something different, like fun things that I used to make for breakfast all the time, which I can't do anymore.
What are those things that you used to make?
I'd wake up early and make pancakes maybe one day, maybe have waffles. Sometimes I let her eat those sugary cereals that are not good for her at all, but occasionally, once in a blue moon, she gets to have those.
Did she really enjoy those?
She enjoys them, yes, because they are very rare when I have them, and she's just crazy after that. But I drop her off at daycare, so it doesn't matter.
Drop her off at daycare. Does she enjoy going to daycare?
Yeah, as far as I know, she has a lot of friends there, and she probably misses them since she's been at home. She doesn't get to see them. And at daycare, she gets to interact and do a lot of fun things, painting, I don't know, whatever she does in daycare. Yeah.
I see. Okay. So, if this miracle were to happen, your daughter would be in a routine again. You would have more time, I guess, to make these things that she likes in the morning,
Yes.
which would make you feel better.
Yes, definitely. Because I'd
Okay.
be able to make her happy, which makes me happy.
And how is it, I guess, now that what are you making now then? Is it just, you mentioned oatmeal?
It's just like
every day, or-
oatmeal or cream of wheat, something very simple and bland that's not fun for kids to eat.
And is that because you don't have time or you don't have the resources? How is that?
I just don't have the resources. I've been my funds, just so they lasted 2 months, I've cut in other places, like in grocery. I'm not saying that she's not getting the nutrition she needs,
Right.
but it's just getting it in different ways now.
Right. And you mentioned a little while back looking for a job.
Yes.
How has that been going?
Well, I've come here just because I've looked in ads and I've made calls, but no one has no one has called me back, no one has, referred back to me. I've sent emails, so that's why I just don't know where to go from now. I feel like I've done as much as I can do, and I don't know what to do now if no one has called me back.
I see. So you've come here in a sense to possibly get some help for some resources.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I think that's something that our agency can definitely look into finding some employment options, possibilities for you. I guess a question I have for you is, besides that, what is it something that you would like to get out of our session?
Other than, finding some resources, just a way for me to deal with my anxiety on a daily level so it doesn't come to a point where I'll get upset at Ashley for something, that's insignificant. So I really want to be able to control that.
That's very commendable, and I can tell from what you said, Ashley is just the love of your life, the apple of your eye, and you want to be a wonderful mother for her, and so I think that's wonderful. And so let me ask you, are there moments in your life that have caused you more anxiety or less anxiety, or things that have caused you to feel a little bit relieved from your stress, or things that have caused it to be worse? Are there any moments that you can kind of pinpoint?
Yeah, actually recently, the job loss was major anxiety. And after that, it's just like I feel more anxiety if Ashley starts crying during the day over something that I can't control anymore because I don't have a job, or I can't give her this because, I can't pay for it. But then I feel relieved when she goes to bed because there's like a peace there. Okay, nothing can go wrong while she's sleeping because she's asleep.
Yes, absolutely. So sleep, when Ashley is asleep, that has been causing you some relief.
Yes, definitely.
Any other times?
Before she wakes up in the morning, I like to have tea and just like read my book or something, and that's definitely a time when I'm able to relax before she comes walking in the kitchen.
Okay. Are there any other people in you and Ashley's life that comes in?
My parents live far away, so we just see them on holidays, so it's really just me and her.
Okay. And the feelings that cause you to feel less stress are when you feel she is safe.
Definitely, yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. And I guess my question then would be, are you not feeling that she is safe when she's with you? You mentioned feeling powerless to control situations. How?
Not necessarily unsafe, but I feel like I can't give her everything that she wants or deserves or needs just because I'm so limited now that I lost my job.
I see. Well, we're going to take a quick thinking break, just so I can evaluate some of the things and possibly give some feedback on what's happening. So, all right, 1 second. All right. Well, Natalie, I just want to tell you that I think, I know given the situation, you mentioned you 10, but you have still been able to maintain your priorities within the situation, which I think is absolutely wonderful that you're able to know what it is that you want, and it's your daughter, Ashley, and trying to be a good mother for her. That is incredible given the way our society is today, and so I just want to just commend you on that.
Thank you.
Continue to seek those things. Now, you mentioned how when Ashley is feeling that you feel Ashley is safe, are moments when that anxiety is you're able to feel better about that. And so off of that, I want you to try to pinpoint any moments when you feel that she is unsafe. Unsafe. And here's why.
Okay.
Because I want you to think about, I want you to pretend like you are spying and investigating on yourself.
Okay.
I want you to ask yourself, why is it that I'm feeling this anxiety? Because is it the fact that she's unsafe that I cannot provide, or is it the fact that I cannot provide? I want you to kind of pinpoint what it is exactly that is causing this.
Okay.
And based on that, we can come back and possibly formulate some goals to move forward. We'll definitely talk to the agency and see if we can figure out some employment options for you. That way you can at least start a job search and continue. So continue on that search that you've been doing. Absolutely, don't give up on that. Continue that. That's one of your goals, one of your big goals, that you want to have that job to provide for Ashley. So continue on with that. And I just wanted to let you know that we're going to hopefully make some future sessions.
Yes,
so we can meet and continue on some objectives for those goals.
I look forward to talking about this next week.
So thank you. Next week, would that be a good time for you?
Yeah, would it be around this time again?
That would be good. And before we close, I just want to ask, is there anything that I'm kind of leaving out, or does those seem to be your priority?
No, definitely. I think you've pinpointed everything and have highlighted everything that I've been concerned about. So I'm really thought about that.
Awesome. Well, thank you. It was wonderful to meet you, Natalie.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
Yes.